because the Tonglen, the compassion meditation comes, is originated by Atisha. Atisha was a great master from India that moves to Tibet about 1,000 years ago and was one of the greatest contributors to the spreading of Buddhism in Tibet. And Osho dedicate a whole series of discourses called the Book of Wisdom on the Atisha Sutra. And they all go around two main topics, and they are awareness or meditation and compassion. So, and actually those sutra of Atisha, they are incredible, precious for every seeker, for everyone who is walking the path. Doesn't matter what method, what path we may follow, because the Atisha Sutra are dealing, let's say, with very subtle points which are common to the consciousness, which are common to the path, whatever is the path, because they are about the inner process of transformation, the process of the mind, how the mind functions. For example, before I just say no, after the meditation, quoting Atisha, what are the three poison: aversion, attachment, and indifference. Okay, so this is just one example, and in the Atisha Sutra, many subtle points are put into light and clarified that every sincere seeker is bound to encounter on her path or his path. And they are also extremely helpful for all the stages. So either we are a beginner, or we are somewhere on the path, or we are very, let's say, advanced. Those Atisha Sutra, they are about many subtle points of wherever we are on the path, how the mind keep feeding itself, how we unconsciously keep feeding the mind, keeping the mind alive. Okay, so they are an incredible help for every seeker to clarify, first of all, to become aware of many subtle points about ourselves that we ignore, we don't know, we can't see. Okay, and then how to deal with it, how to work with those points. For example, the process of awareness, how to become truly aware, not only thinking about awareness, how to become aware of the body, how to become aware of the feeling, how to become aware of the thought, and what is beyond that. What is the real root of all this process? So this is just to give one example. So it is amazingly profound. And when Osho gave those discourses on Atisha Sutra, very often and very, how to say, in a way insisting, calling is sannyasi, pushing the sannyasi to go into them, because they are extremely helpful. So it was many times in the discourses of the Book of Wisdom series, literally pushing his sannyasi to go into Atisha Sutra. And also, without Osho explanation, for all of us, those sutras would remain just very mysterious. Sometimes without Osho, very often actually, without Osho explanation, would be very difficult, if not impossible, to understand the real meaning of those sutra from Atisha. And this is from the most famous um, Dharma from Atisha, which is called 7 point of mind training. Mm? So actually the sutra, they are not just 7, they are much more. They are 54, I think. And each of them is a jewel. Each of them is a pearl. Each of them is a key that can really open our understanding and give us the tools for facing and go through and transcend many, 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 many important and subtle points of the path of a meditator. So it is something that I strongly recommend, because whatever and wherever we are on our path, it can be an precious, priceless jewel for our progressing on the path.